what I would and would not buy at 3 summer sales that are happening online right now. Here we go. Hello, welcome back or welcome to the channel. I'm Britt, creator of the Style Shaker. I've tried out thousands of products over the past 7 years and honestly reviewed them over here so you have a better idea of what to buy and what not to buy. It is summer. It is sale time. And usually I don't do sale roundups, but 2 brands and another one that I like and I don't like, but we'll get to that, have a couple of decent sales happening right now. So you might have seen them, you might have not. There's AER Perez, Saie, and Fitglow Beauty. By the way, if you're noticing this little crease, it's because I colored my hair and it's just stuck there after the shower cap. So we're gonna work through it. We're gonna get through it together. So we're kicking it off with AER Perez. Again, no one's paying me to say the following. These really are honest reviews. If you like that kind of thing, which is somewhat rare these days, then take 2 seconds, hit the like button. I appreciate that. It's a little thing, but it makes a huge difference on YouTube. So for AER Perez, I have a solid handful of products that I would recommend, and I am actually shopping this sale because I need replenishments, and they are pricey. It is not inexpensive. I actually really like this carrot color pot. This is in the shade Hay, which is not available on their site. I like this shade. It's really fun. See, I have quite a bit left. I don't know if I should still be using this. Do as I say, not as I do. This is sort of a cooler kind of pop color that, yeah, it just does its thing. Really strong saturation, but I have been wanting to try a different shade, so I'm going to give Holy a try. We're gonna see how that goes. It's still a strong color, but I really like this, and it's normally $31. It gets down to $21, which is great. Plus it's a multitasker. You can put it everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but you know what I mean. Cheeks, maybe eyes, depends on the shade. They have a all cover pot, which is their concealer. It has arnica in there. This is something, I don't have it on me because I used it a very long time ago, but it has beautiful ingredients. I liked it. It's on the thicker side, but it works really nicely. So I do recommend that if you're looking for a pot concealer that has very strong opacity and it's actually really brightening. And then the ingredients also lend themselves to people who have acne. Double check the list. It doesn't always work for everybody. Different people have different reactions to ingredients, but still I really, really liked this product. The jojoba eye pencil. This was one of my first favorite eyeliners. I've since used this up. I mean, I actually used the pencil, which how many times have you gone through a full eyeliner pencil? Please let me know in the comments below. I would like to know. And I would like to know what that pencil is because it's so rare over here. But anyway, creamier pencil. It's not the one that's going to last all day with really strong payoff. This is a softer, creamier, versatile pencil. I love it for every day. It's very forgiving with application. I kept reaching for it over and over again. 3 more. This I am repurchasing. This is their foundation. I have this in the shade Malt. It's the oat milk foundation. I'm actually wearing it on my face now. I need maybe a dime size. I use the Fitglow brush, press it into my hand, then I just press it onto any redness on my face. It gives a little bit of a glow. If it's too much of a glow, I'll put a little bit of setting powder. It's very humid out today, so we needed a little bit of setting powder. It feels almost like a creamy coverage. Face cream slash coverage slash, feels like a treatment, but it actually really covers your skin is what I'm getting at. Hopefully that made sense to you. I don't even know if it made sense to me, but we're moving on to the next product. Cocoa crayons. You've seen them over here before if you have spent any time on this channel watching my videos or on my website. I have these in all colors. These were initially gifted to me. They are very rich, very creamy. They go on and have really strong all over lip coverage. For the precise lining, you might run into issues here. It is a bigger pencil, but man, I love this stuff. And you know what I do? Oftentimes I'll just take one, put it on the finger, and then press it into the lip. And then I'll use a more precise liner if I need it. On everyday, easy, get ready with me moments, I just do that, and then you can put it on the cheeks, you can put it on the lids. It's an all-in-one, and they're just really good. I've had these for a long time, and I'm barely putting a dent in them, so love that. They do get really messy looking. You just gotta look beyond it. Just look beyond the mess. It's okay. They still work just fine. And then one that I'm gonna try, the Rice Powder Blush, and I'm gonna try it in the shade Bondi. I went over to the warmer kind of berry shades for a long time, so I'm trying out a peach, kind of fell for it, and I can get that for 28 bucks instead of 40. What I wouldn't recommend, and again, this is just an opinion of one having tried way too much makeup in her day, but what I'm probably not going to buy, we'll put it that way, the Avocado mascara. I didn't dislike it, it just was not enough volume for me, and it was water resistant. I didn't really put it to a full test, but it just wasn't like, it didn't do much for my lashes. I wasn't a huge fan of it. The Beetroot lip and cheek tint. It took me 15 takes to say that. Why? I don't know. This is like a gel stain. It looks really bright and pigmented, tones down a little bit. I found it to kind of get everywhere when I was applying it. I just never kept reaching for it. I'm always looking for more moisture. I always love a balm. I love a cream. I love a, you know what I mean? So if you're not looking for that, maybe you're an oily skin type and you like that color without that added weight, that could be a good option for you. For me, I was just not as into it as I am the Carrot ColourPop. Finally, the Lychee cream corrector. Sorry, by the way, if I sound super, I'm getting over a cold, like a long cold. So if I sound weird, that's why. But the Lychee cream corrector, a little bit too heavy for me. Didn't really like the finish. Didn't really want to reach for it after at least 2 weeks of testing. So that was a pass. And that's AER Perez in a nutshell. It's a very decent sale. It's not just a 10% off at this point, which we always like a 20 or above, right? We're fans of that. So now we're going to move over to the SAIE Beauty sale, which I feel like is going gangbusters for them. I'm already getting sold out notifications for things that I randomly had in my cart for way too long. SAIE has been a favorite of mine for a while. The top two contenders for me, I've repurchased so many times. The Saie Slip Tint and the Sun Visor. This is the tinted moisturizer with SPF. This is the Sun Visor, which is the sunscreen serum, whatever. They're not the strongest for SPF. I wouldn't use them only for SPF if I'm having a direct sunlight kind of day. But they're really strong as primers for me. When I want a tint, obviously I go with the tint. I have 4.5 here. And then when I don't, the Sun Visor is amazing under things. It gives a glow. They have a super glowy gel kind of situation, which is very popular. I don't mind it, but I think because I use these products, there's no need for me to get that super glowy gel. That just like, that would be too much glow in my opinion. And I don't go through them that fast, but I have repurchased. Probably one of the top things I've repurchased, that and the oat milk foundation I featured. Slip Tint goes from $36 to $28.80. Sun Visor goes from $38 to $30 some odd dollars. Man, these have gone up over the years. It's crazy when you do this for almost a decade and you look at the numbers then to now with all the inflation. You're like, wow, that's terrifying. Anyway, something I'm going to try from SAIE is their glossy lip oil. So I'm going to give that a shot. It looks nice. I've not tried too much in the realm of lip color from SAIE, I don't believe. If I did, it's really, truly not memorable, honestly. Finally, one of my all-time favorites that has turned me into a blush person when I was not a blush person, the Dew Blush in Chili. So good. There's just, you can't really screw this up. I mean, you could if you tried real hard, I'm sure, but yeah, it's hard to mess up. You get this wash of color, you get a little bit of a glow, but it's really not an oily glow. It's not a greasy glow. It just sort of livens up the joint. And again, you know, if you've been here, you know I was not a really big blush person, but now I'm into it. So I'm going to try that. Probably in a different shade, but Chili is really such a good, goes on the lip. Such a good go-to everyday shade, you know? Just a few from SAIE that I wouldn't personally buy again. Again, look at these for yourself. What works for me might not work for you. What doesn't work for me might be great for you. I really did not like their foundation. It just did not sit well on my skin. I have tried it over and over again. I have yet to figure out a way for this to look and give a finish that's quick, seamless, nice, looks normal, skin looks like skin, I mean. So I was not a fan of that foundation personally. They do have a gel bronzer now. I'm just find myself totally uninterested in that type of a product. I have no idea why. I have tried their cream bronzer. I wasn't a huge fan of that either. I found it to be patchy. Didn't have that on my list, but I guess I just said it. So that's another one I personally wouldn't get again. Their Hydrabeam brightener concealer, it's really meant to be more of a brightener. I think it pales in comparison to the Rare Beauty brightener, which I have since become a huge fan of. I haven't featured that over here much, but I will probably need to do a scorecard review because I've been using it quite a bit and I did not expect to like that product at all. And the last is their most recent concealer launch. I didn't dislike it. It just tends to oxidize on my skin. It gets a little yellow for me. And it happened with both shades that I purchased. So not a fan, probably won't buy it again, which is a bummer because it really did work nicely, had great finish, solid coverage, but that oxidation is just not a good look at the end of the day. Finally, I hesitated on including Fitglow in here, but I'm gonna include them just because. They have a section on their website that it's a sale section, so it's not like the whole site is on sale, but I discovered it through an email. Here are a couple of things that I would recommend from them. You've heard me talk about their serum, their lip serum. They only have 2 shades currently available. I don't know what's going to be available by the time you see this, but 2 shades available. They're decent shades, like as in they could be neutrals, I think, for a lot of different skin colors. I love how this feels. I love how this makes my lips feel. I just wish this would last longer. However, at a discounted price, $42 to $22, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it because it is a beautiful product. I've tried Gospel. This is in shade B. I think a shade up there right now is called Nudie, which I would totally try. It's just an easy everyday kind of subtle rose shade. They have an essentials palette. I have tried a combination palette of theirs with eyeshadows, blush, highlighter, bronzer, and the pigment and payoff there was really strong. There's a lot of sheen usually to these things, but the palette too that's up there right now, a little bit more on the matte side, probably more versatile shades, a little bit easier on the pigment. I don't see the eyeshadow. The things that I probably wouldn't buy, and I have tried, are the brow gel that's on sale, and just for funsies, their new mascara, which is no longer new. That's how long ago I tried it, but their second round of the Vegan Good Lash, that's not on this sale, but I just had to mention it because it was such a disappointment because I loved the first Vegan Good Lash. And maybe they've reformulated, so I might like the second Vegan Good Lash. But otherwise, I love their brushes. I love a lot from Fitglow. It's just not all of it is in that sale area. I think these are some decent sales worth checking out if you're in the market to buy these products, if you want to try them out, because they are pretty expensive. So hopefully this roundup gave you a little bit of direction if you're out there, or notified you to the fact that they're even going on. Have a great rest of your weekend.